Welcome back, and thank you so much for joining us for our 5-on-5 feature interview segment. Tonight we have an exciting couple of guests, Peter Quince and David Gabriel. You guys are behind a new production in Ashland called Divine Lunacy, which is an interesting title in itself. Peter, tell me a little bit about Divine Lunacy. What is that?
Well, it's the thin line between genius and madness. You know, divine lunacy is that touch of, that spark of genius, which sometimes goes past the edge. The genius we treasure, we need. And then when it goes over the edge, then people get in trouble, they get
arrested.
Exactly, yeah.
You know, and I heard a little bit, this is a musical.
That's
I heard
right.
a little bit about I heard some of the music that you actually wrote, David. Tell me about the inspiration for this.
Well, you know, both Peter and I have a whole lot of mental illness in our families. Both of my brothers suffered through that their whole lives, and my father as well. And Peter's mom and Peter's son is having difficulty with it. And so it's just something that's really affected us. And through the arts, we can express ourselves in our given areas and actually heal ourselves as well as help the world.
But if you don't mind, the one thing I've learned as I've talked with people about this show is that it's affected every family I've ever spoken with. Everybody I speak with say, well, yes, it's affected my family. Mental illness has affected my family. And yet, every family feels alone. So by doing a production that's incredible music, it's very appealing. David wrote great music for this. Very funny, very lively, engaging, really draws you in. It opens it up and says, this is not something weird and out there. This is part of our daily lives. The traumas, the difficulties, and the delights and the communion that comes through struggle at the end of the show.
Yeah, because there really is no us and them. I think anybody who's been stuck in traffic, even here in Medford, and has a little bit of road rage, that's insanity. It may be short-lived, but you know, it isn't like there's insane people.
Right. Yeah, we always say there are those who are not normal and those who are passing for normal. Right. And that's what, and that's what the show is emphasizing, is we're all a bit loony.
Very good. We're going to hear more about Divine Lunacy in just a minute, but first we're going to take a short break. Welcome back to our 5-on-5 feature interview segment. We're joined tonight by Peter Quince and David Gabriel, both amazing artists from Ashland, putting together a musical called Divine Lunacy, which actually is going to be performed tonight in Ashland as well as tomorrow. Right. And just for the folks who didn't catch our first segment, quickly summarize again what the show is about, and if you could talk about the main character.
Right. The main character wants to put on a show. It's classic, let's put on a show.
Show within
musical.
a show.
But in order to do that, he feels he needs to go off his psychiatric meds. So as the show goes on, he gets further and further into his either inspiration or insanity. The audience is not really told which it is. So it's really fun, but it's also very serious. And what we're doing is we're doing selections from the show, all the music, and maybe 3 selections from the acting, from the story. So it'll be about a little over an hour and 20 minutes maybe. But we're going to precede that with an incredible dinner, my sweetheart's catering, and then we'll have a chance for coffee and dessert and talk about it afterwards. Starts at 7, but we're full tonight. Tomorrow we have a little bit of room if people want to get a hold of me. And you can get a really good sense of the show without seeing the whole show, especially with all the music that we're going to be performing.
And it's a $25 donation. What are you guys going to put that money towards?
It's a fundraiser for a full-on production. There's just a lot of costs associated with, you know, renting space, paying actors, doing all the things that you do in order to do the show very well.
Yeah, we need about $15,000 to put on a full production, which is actually very, very low budget. And this is not going to raise $15,000 today, but it might get us at least partway there and give people a chance to see a work in progress, the inside workings of a brand new musical.
And we just have a little bit of time left, so just what do you hope for the audience members to gain out of this?
I would hope that they will gain some more understanding, some compassion for people that look like they're not normal, look like they're part of the lunacy, to realize that there is no us and them.
All right.
They'll also laugh and cry and have a great meal.
It's a beautiful show. I saw parts of it myself. So $25 donation Friday night, Ashland, and contact Peter. We have Peter's information on our website. That's KOBI5.com. Thank you guys so much for joining us
Thank
here
you, Natalie.
tonight.
Thank you.
And we will be right back.